Hello and welcome. Time for another buy low, sell high. And this one's going to be a lot different than all the previous ones in that short term. Instead of doing day by day by day, I'm going to do hour by hour by hour. I have 337 of them. In a couple of weeks, I can probably double that, depending I can get data every 2 weeks. And I might do it for a few weeks to see how this would go. I doubt I'm not going to do this. And I don't do short term trading like this. But and showing for exercise, I think it's worth doing. What I've done is I've taken the Sky and the Go Chain coins over the last 2 weeks, which is hourly data. So I have the closing prices at the top of every hour. I'm going to play this game, and if you want to play it on small basic, and the import the code, well, that comes in that of V as in Victor, a double N as in Nancy, and then the numbers 0, 9, and 1. That will be the code for this. And again, I'll probably update this maybe in 2 to 4 weeks. Well, 2 weeks and maybe 4 weeks after that. I might put it out again, so I'll update the data a couple of times and maybe in a little under a month. Sometime around June 15th, I might do this, and then there might be over 1,000 periods. So in a situation like this is either you have somebody working shift work for you, which means there's always somebody online, or you got text notifications to tell you it checks it at the top of every hour, and if it goes above or below, like we'll be doing when I push number 5 on here to go to price, that's when you get a text alert. And these are two coins that take like no time at all to send to Binance, or probably even Bittrex, wherever. No time at all to send to Binance. One takes about a minute and 20 seconds, the other one takes about 20 seconds. It's that damn fast. All right, let's get this started. And I'm going to use a spreadsheet. And I'm going to do it the nice way. Now, in this, if it's so small, go to the top corner, click on it. I click on properties. I normally go 36 if I'm doing it myself, but for video, I either do 28 or 24. Since I'm using a spreadsheet, I'm going to do 24. So I'm just going to size this like this, and then bring up a spreadsheet, which is already ready to go for this example. And this is one of my favorite ways of documenting trades, which is going to be within this. Let me just size this so this is a nice size that I can go. Well, I think we're pretty much there. Let me just, yeah, that'll work. So what we'll do is once the trade comes in, then we'll do it this way. Now for volatility, because this is short term, I'm not going to do the 25% game, or once it goes up 25% sell 20. Instead, I'm going to do the 11-10 and a little under 10 at that. So if it goes up 11%, then I'm going to sell about like 9.8, 9.7%. And then equivalency to what the gains happen to be. Again, we're looking at hour number one, not day number one. So the first ratio here is 61:41. So this is 11% up. The formula is D3 multiply 1.11, which is looking for a move above 68.17. And then 55.32, that is multiplied 0.9009, which is the equivalency to an 11% move higher. So let's just see how long it takes. So the lowest price is 55.32, and I'm running this for the first time. Hour 42. So almost 2 days go by, and the price is at 68.42, marginally above that number, so it's going to be a minimum trade. When the price goes up, I sell Sky. When the price goes down, I sell Go. So I'm going to go to number 2. So I want to sell under 10%. And what I did is I bought 87.26 and 53.58. That would have represented at the time about 100 US dollars worth for each coin, which is why I chose those numbers, or 0.01666 Bitcoin, because it was about 1 2/3 of a Bitcoin percentage-wise on the 100th fraction. At 1.2%, 1 2/3 of a percent of a Bitcoin for $100 back then. Anyway, so now under 10%. How many Sky do I own? 87. So now you sell maybe 8.5. So because of this, I'm going to have to. This is all negative, by the way, so I'm just going to go like this. Okay, so let me just go like this, go like this. So I'd be selling 8.5 and getting back 577.2. So the real ratio works out to 67.91. Let's confirm that order. The next hour is like a 1% move, so that's not going to be the case. I'll put in the 68.42 here, go to the next price, see how long it takes. Lowest price is 61.64. I'm going to change that as well because I find that a bit annoying for me. And that is, I want the lowest price on the low end. So what I'm going to do is just go like this, and like that, and like that. Okay, so day 43 or hour 43 goes to hour 63. So about a day goes by. And the ratio goes down to 61.35. So it's the completion of this trade here. So this will be done. So in this case, we're going to be selling go. Last time, it was a gain of 577. So if I gain about 500, if I take like 540, that would be 8.75. So you'd say I gain about a quarter or so. So we'll go 8.73 and 540 here. And then as far as rake, there's going to be, I mean, the transfer fees, it's a lot lower than this actually. I got 0.8%. When you consider Binance like 0.2% to make two trades and then the fees are like nothing, the actual ratios would be a bit better. I probably wouldn't get 61.86. I'd probably get somewhere around 61.50 or something. But as it is, we'll play it within this method. All right, so last trade comes in at 61.35 as far as what this number here I'm going to go on. Okay, lowest price 55.27, highest 68 and a dime. And hour 161 comes in. And the price goes up to 53 or down to 53.01. So it's a bit better. I mean, 2.1 basis points, 4% more. So I could probably do like 11, 12% is what I'd be thinking here. And yeah, so it goes down. We'll be doing it here as far as selling this Go coin, owning 5,396. So 10% is 539. So maybe about 565 or so. So we'll put 565 here and 10.57 here. And confirm the order. So I'll put 53.01 in here. And let's see how long it takes because, I mean, we're almost halfway through and I've only made 3 trades. 47.76 is the low, 58.84 is the high. Day 162 goes up to 184. So basically another day goes by. And the money, well, it's all money. 59.4 will go in here. So we can see it's an additional like 1%. And it's just a completion of this trade here. So as far as how many SCA we want to sell, well, we had 10.57. If we sell, like, say, 9.85, will we get more than 577? Barely. So you will maybe want to sell maybe 10.1 and get a bit. So I'm going to gain 0.47 SCA and gain 30 of this. Could have evened it out a bit better, but either way I'm going to be gaining regardless long term by doing these plays like this. 59.40. Let's go to the next trade. It's either 53.51 or 65.93. We're on hour weight 85. It only takes 2 hours to go to Okay, 84. So 3 hours really, because the first one would count as well after that. And it's 84. It went up 47% that hour. So how many of these guys would you sell? I mean, we're not going to do 10% here. No, no, I'm not going to do it. Although I might do something interesting in the numbers game. Because if, and this is what I'm going to do here. So I wanted to sell at 66-ish. So if I was to sell at 66, I'd then look to sell at 73 and a quarter. And then if it got there, I'd be looking to sell at 81. So I can do about 3 orders, and I'd be doing about 10% each. So this is a spot where I'm going to sell about 30% of what I own on the sky. So 8.8 times that by 3. Well, 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 3 is 24 for the decimal. So 26 and a half or so is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to up it to even 27. But what I'm going to do in this game here, because this is such a massive trade for long-term trading, or short-term trading rather, so I'm just going to put in 9 3 times, and I'm just going to buy it back 3 different times. I mean, if it goes way back down, it might happen in one shot again. If it goes right back down to 60 again, but I'm going to get 2,250 of those. So 700 and a third would be 21. 150 into a third is 50. So I get about 750 back. So I'm just going to go 750. We'll go 0.5. It's all for whatever purposes. We're going to get the exact numbers at the end of this game when it's done. So let's make the trade. The next hour it's down 11.8%, which is a move we are looking to do. So we could get one of those buybacks done right now. And why the heck not? We're short-term trading. So then what we're going to do is we are going to sell some of the goes. We were making 750 a shot on those 3. So let's sell maybe 725. We would gain 9.7. We don't even need to sell that many. We could sell like 710, gain 40, and then 9.5 comes in, gain a half. So we're going to go 9 point. In fact, I'll just do it up here just to make it 9.5 for 710, and I'm going to go 9.51. And that's done. So next hour it's just a 1.1% hour. So I'm going to go put 74.04 in here. Create either a new sale or one of these buybacks in here. So it's either 66.7 or 82.18 will go. So we'll go to price. We'll go 66.7, 82.18, and it goes on hour 195. I didn't count how many it was, but whatever. 63 and a third. So we'll get another one of those buybacks. And what we'll do is we will go to, it goes down, so we're selling go. So we'll do one of these 750s. Last time we did 710. I can do a little bit less because the volatility gain on these are each going to get better and better each time. Or if I go 695, I'm going to be gaining 10.8. That's a large, good gain. I don't even have to sell that many. I can sell like 675 and gain 10.5. That's a tremendous gain. So 675 out, 10.57 in. And let's make the order. Okay, so 63.33 we'll put in here. Go to the next price. We'll either go 57.05 down, 70.3 up, 196 2 hours later, or 3 hours after the last trade. 77.78, and that's up another 10% more on top again. So if we type in 70.3 here, I mean, that's close enough at 78.03. Why don't I just put like 2 more positions at about 9 point something percent each? So selling at 81, 10% is 8.1, so 8. So I'll do 2 8 sales. I'll sell it for 16. I'm going to go 2. We'll sell 16, so I'll put 8 here twice. And half of 12.35, well, that's 617.6 or so. And there we have it. confirm that order. Okay, we're on hour 199. Last trade comes in at 77.78. We're looking for it to go down to 70 or up to 86. So 70.07, 86.34. We're on hour 199. It takes 5 hours to do it. And it does it to an up move to 86. We were looking for 86. It's a standard play. 6.5, like 6.44. I can go 6 and 4 ninths. It's a little under 10%. And it's actually making me less than what it was before. But I don't want to sell out, as I call it, in that if it's gonna, I don't want to sell more than I should and then really lower the value of that coin that I would own. But we'll do that. So it's 6.44. And we'll confirm the order. And then it goes up 18% the next hour to 102. Okay. So at 86.55, we were going to be looking for 96. And that's just going to be worth one order, maybe about 12%. 5.8 is 10. So maybe go like 6.9 or something is what I'm thinking. So 2. So we'll put 6.9 in here and 700.3 there. Down 8.68%. That's not quite enough, as I'm looking for basically down 10%, a hair below. The next hour is up 2, so I'm just going to put this number in. 92.13. We've already waited 2 hours and nothing has happened. Hour 207. It's the next hour. It goes down 8 to 86. So we'll cover this trade basically. And in selling so, we have 6.9. So what would 6.5 do? Or no, 700 is what we own. Or we got. So maybe 650. That would get us 7.4. So we're gaining both coins. Gain 0.52 of the sky. And unloading 650 means we gain like 50 of the go. Best of both worlds. Okay, so last trade is in at 86.93. And really, technically speaking, I want to cover 85.90. So I'm just going to, the high price is going to be 96.5. But I'm going to go to like 77.3. And on hour 213, it goes to 74.82. So a completion of this trade. It was 553 that we got. So if we sell 520, it was a small trade. 6.89. Let's take it. Okay, so now let's do the next one again, 74.82. Now we're going to be covering 77.20, so I'm just going to go with these numbers from here on in. I like it when my last trade like this is lower than what this is, and it is the case here. So then we're going to go to 67.41 and 83.05, and that gets us to 65. So we'll be getting this trade back in here. Let's make the move now. So it's going to be selling the go. 617 came in from this one. If we unload, say, 560, we had 8. We would gain 8.5. So let's make that trade. Gain the 0.53 and gain 57 plus on the other side. And now let's see the next one. So 65 will either be, and technically I got to cover this one here too. That's a much higher one to cover. So maybe we'll do that one next. But it all works out. So 59.14 or 72.87. We are on hour number 264, so that's 17 additional hours. So a good 3/4 of a day goes by. The ratio goes up to 81.61, and that's phenomenally higher. That's an 18% hour. And at 72.87, would that make me go to a new trade? Yes, I'm going to do two. 10% is about, and really when you think about it here, I have to do 10%, which would be 7.5, but that would take me to 68, so I probably want to go about like 14 or so. So I'm going to do, and that's what caused such a small number here. So I'm going to go 14. I'm going to put 7 in twice. And that would be 550 plus 15, 566 or so. Okay, let's confirm the order. It's in. Goes down 8%, but that's not enough. 81.61. I'm just going to push enter for this hour because if it goes down just 2-3%, that's enough. Nope, so that's 2 hours gone by there. 73.52, 90.59, day 283, so it took like 4 hours from last trade. The trade goes down to 73.21, so it's another buyback, so let's sell the go. 566, what's 526 do? Not too good, so let's do 536. I mean, a gain's a gain, but that's another reason why I don't like short-term trading is, oh, we gain a 0.26 spot, that's like 4%. Okay, and then in here, 536, we gain 30, that's like 4%, which is like an 8% gain. And, okay, so this is supposed to be 5. And a lot of that's based on the rate, the higher rate that I got on there too. So you would notice again, 81.61, you probably would get about 81.2, 81.3. And then on the 73.21, you would actually be getting 73.45. What I'll do with future points, I'm going to probably reduce the rate to zero point 0.4, like about 4%, zero point 0.4, because it's about 0.10. So it's zero point 0.2 on two trades. Then you got transfer fees, which are pretty much nothing. I'm going to go like 0.25% rate total to zero point 0.3, somewhere between 0.25 and 2.3 for future on this particular one. Anything with Bittrex on it or any exchanges where it's zero point 0.2 or 0.25, I got to go around 0.8 with transfer fees and just different things. I have to have a bigger rate. Okay, so then this is taken care of. Let's put in last trade at 73.21. Uh, we're on hour number 286, so we'll see how long this takes. A lot of them have been pretty fast. Early on in the game, it wasn't. It was you had days sometimes. So 286 to 292, that's like 6 hours plus 1 is 7. It goes up to 89.8, very nicely above the 81.26 mark. So maybe a good sale order because on 81, it's only like about 7-8% from there. So I'm going to look at 10% of this, which is 6.7, and do noticeably more. Do an 8 number for one trade. I'm going to sell 8 and get it back at 713 and play it from there. And I can make my next buyback on this one here and then do that one after, which is what I'm going to plan on probably doing here, especially if it's a good move. Okay, so 89.8 is the last. So we'll go to 80.9 or 99.68 and 77. And for what it's worth, it's not the greatest of trade buybacks, but that will make this one much better later on. Actually, no, I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to do this one back like normal. So we're going to sell some go. I had 713 come in. What happens if I get rid of 660? 846, I'll take that gain. So I gain 0.46. And I gain 53 of the bigger one. Or the one that's cheaper. We're on hour number 302. 77.41. Last trade. Okay, lowest price is 69.74. Highest is 85.93. That brings us to 65.7 on hour 326. So let's take care of this one here. That's the highest one that's pending back because this is 80.86. This is 77. So let me just finish off this one. And that was for 750. If I do 690, which is a gain of 60, I would gain. I don't even have to sell that many. Let's do 675 and gain 10.1. So I'm gaining over 1 here. And after 750 came in and I liquidate 675, I would gain 75 and a half on that. Okay, so last trade is in at 65.7. We're on hour number 327. It's getting close to the end. It's been fun. I'm glad it's only this because I don't feel like playing this for much longer because I do have to analyze results and show you the graph afterwards, the graph of the ratio, which I've already done beforehand. Okay, it's done. It's done. So as it plays out, we really don't need this anymore because this was just to track trades, and the actual stats is what we own right here, which I'm going to write down on the spreadsheet. So for Sky, it is 78.507. For Go, it is 7027.38. Let's see how the results come into play. Let's close this program. So I started with 87.26. So I actually have less. And 53, 58, 84. Well, that's a lot more when I got 7,000 here. Actually, I got more of both, actually. Yes. No, because this is less of that. So in net, I lost during the 2 weeks we've been playing the game. I would be down 8.753 of these coins. And in turn, I would have gained on the go. On the go. I guess I mean that figured literally. 1,668. So the ratio there, which is your ultimate overall worth on how much you've gained on the market, is at a ratio of 190. The ratio is 67. So with a stock price of 67, you have sold 8.7 of your original 87. So you've sold 10% of your portfolio for triple of what the price here is. What a deal. I mean, the deal for that gain there. I mean, if you really, really wanted to, you could, at this time, and of course you're not going to do it, you're just going to keep playing the game this way moving forward as you would be doing. But if you wanted to, you could take this 8.753, sell it on the market now at 67. So we'll just do equals this number multiply 67.1, which is where we ended at 587. So you would end up, or you would sell 587 to get those coins back. So you could have the exact same amount of Sky you started with, and thus still have over 1,000, close to 1,100 more to go. So in turn, over this trade, your net profit is about 1,100 go. As far as the chart is concerned, again, it's something I already created at the start of this, as I got the data in here, and then I created the code for me to paste to my spreadsheet. And here's the chart of the ratio over 2 weeks. So we see it going from 60 up to 70, down to a little over 50, up to about 85, down to about 61, up to over 100, down to 64, 65, up to 90, down to 60, and it's now risen a bit to 68 or 67. That's over 2 weeks. That's over 2 weeks. If you put this into perspective in volatility, and comparing this against like whatever else, This could be like, I'm trying to, this could be 1 year of a stock market. And even more than that, maybe. You have a stock over, well, yes, like well, more than that. So each hour is now a day, and there's 337 hours, and there's 252 or so days in a year for trading anyway. So that would be about a year and a third. So we'll say like 16 months you would have this happen. 16. Now, in that, just compare 16 months versus 2 weeks, or zero point 0.5 months. And this is the volatility that you're getting. Now, I wouldn't do this again. I would be more looking towards playing for at least 25% moves. That's, I mean, I got 17, 16, 18% I'll take on DGB and Litecoin. That's the lowest I go for moves. It may be Doji Bitcoin, that's another one. But even then, that's the lowest I'll go too, as far as my ratio. A lot of the other ones I'm looking at, like some of them, like AidCoin, like 25, 30% minimum. I just recently bought some earlier today of that, but that's a different story. That's just buying back because it was like 26% lower than my last buy. I bought 1,000, so today it's like, okay, 780, might as well buy. It's down 22% from, of course, last buy. So yeah, anyway, thank you for tuning in. And yeah, I may continue this for a couple more. Again, on the next time, I'm going to lower the rake. You would do a little bit better than that in real life. And these coins, again, one takes like 90 seconds to send on the chain from your wallet to the point where they're confirmed on Binance. And the other one is about 7 or 8 or 9 seconds. It's crazy, literally. Like the one that's 9 seconds is the rise or the up or the sky coin. That's the one that takes like 9 seconds, where this one takes like 69 seconds or 65 or a minute, maybe a minute plus. So what I did with each of them is I checked the withdrawal costs. They were nothing on Binance, pretty much nothing. Enough were okay. That's considerable. Went to the wallets, checked out the wallet, and noticed okay, I got my private key. I'm like I'll put a small deposit in, which means I min bought each one. The first one I tried was Go, then Sky. Put a min, bought a min buy, took a fraction of that, so basically like maybe $1 worth or something. Send it to the exchange or to the wallet rather. Okay, it was there, and then I sent it back, and that's how long I knew it took. It's like, wow, that's fast. And I realized that in trading, if it gets to the point where, say, if I'm trading these together, it doesn't matter what the play is, and I have 0% of my coins on Binance at any given time, other than when I'm making my trades. Oh, it's time to trade. Okay, so I'll open my wallet, do the send. I'll wait about 15 seconds or 65 seconds, depending on which one I'm sending. Make the trade, sell, go to the other market, buy, go to my wallet, withdraw. Then I'll get my for me, I get a text message to a 6-digit code, two-factor authentication. Then I go to my email, I say confirm, and I'll wait for the next trade. Thank you for tuning in. Again, it's your risk reward for how you do it. But I'm just trying to help out based on my ideas, the way I look at the mathematics, and different areas for how I do it. And take care. Bye bye.